truth. I don't like people because I don't like them because of what they stand for. I don't like them because they're a certain colour. I just don't like them because they are a certain person that I don't like. But on TikTok, it's got a little bit out of hand when it comes to that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, whatever phobia it happens to be. You know what I mean? I can meet people in my everyday life. I'm not going, oh, that person's this colour or that person's that colour. If you're a complete and utter waste of space, you're a complete and utter waste of space, no matter what colour you are or what religion you are. And that's the way I was brought up. Unfortunately, on TikTok, everybody has to argue about everything. So if you're going to have a proper debate, turn your gifts off. Have a proper debate. I'm not talking about you particularly, Ange. I'm talking about, I'm challenging everyone. Devon,
TikTok agents.
all of
let's woke people, you know, it's, oh, turn your gifts off, do this, it's control. I don't see what that's going to help the situation.
And I don't think...
Yeah, but if you had the right advice to be an agent, I think you would be an agent on TikTok and help people to do their platforms.
Yeah, I'm just saying that people jump all the time. You know what I mean? One person goes in one box.
This is not about gifts. The problem's bigger than gifts. So saying turning off gifts that sounds like a setup to me. That sounds like everyone's enjoying it. Let's just turn off the gifts and let's talk about race. This isn't a joke.
No, you know what?
This isn't a joke.
You know,
this isn't a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
People say turn your gifts off.
Can I have a word with
Can I just quickly say, you know, people...
Sorry.
No, but Sharon, you're saying, oh, take your gifts off. Take your gifts off then.
Can I just say, people that say turn your gifts off...
I'm not having a debate about race.
Can I speak? You know, people that say turn your gifts off, they just want a medal. That's all they want.
No, they just want to control the whole problem and go on like to say they've come up with the biggest idea that's going to help the situation. No, stop being racist. Right. Don't turn the gifts off. Stop being racist.
Listen.
Stop being homophobic.
I'm just saying.
Let me finish. Stop being homophobic. That's it. Be an adult. That's it. Be grown up. That's it. Take responsibility. That's it. No, not turn off gifts. Gifts are not going to stop people being racist or handle the bigger issue here. Stop coming on here and talking about
TikTok
gifts
isn't
and
the place.
You're
Charlotte.
deflecting.
Guys, please can we just let one person take turn?
I'm talking. I know about TikTok.
I'm going to kick people out because there's a lot of people waiting. Okay.
I've been doing TikTok for a very long time. This is my backup account where I just do quotes. Okay. I've been doing TikTok for a very long time. Okay. Gifts are not the problem. It is the people behind the screen that have the hidden agendas. Do you understand? The people behind the screen that are discriminatory, the people behind the screen that are racist, the people behind the screen that are homophobic. They are the issue, not the money, not the nothing. Because I've noticed through these race debates, through all of these debates, hardly no one makes money. Yeah? Let me tell you if you want to call it a debate. Because it's not no one's debate. Someone's life is not a debate. It's not a discussion and it should not be happening. And Danielle, if you don't like to hear about it, leave. Because if you don't want to hear the facts about it and what actually is true, race is not up for a debate, babe. No one asked my kids.
Listen, everyone gets to have their say, okay? I've had my say, I've had my opinion.
Of course, everyone is allowed.
Opinion, which we should respect.
It's not up for nothing. Do you understand what I mean? Race or homophobia or coming at any type of community.
Can I ask you a question, Charlotte? You know that people that have been affected, you know, for because of racism on TikTok, rightly so, blah blah blah. But do you think them going into the person's box that's been a racist, or that person going into their box and them view, you know, don't you think they should just block each other and
for me,
either move on or go down the legal route? Do you know what I mean? If you are, you know,
all right, cool. So for me, I don't deal with people that are racist. That's how I deal with it. I don't deal with people that come down on I don't like homophobic people. Do you understand? Regardless of what I feel, who don't matter if we're straight, whatever I don't agree with people coming for people with disabilities. I don't like any of them things. Do you understand? I don't deal with shit people, basically. Do you understand? It's dealing with shit people because the more you deal with that shit person, the more you condone their behaviour. Do you understand?
Hi, Andrea.
So the more people that actually take control and say, do you know what I'm doing? So no one should be around each other. because then you can't feed.
That's the solution. People are
You
looking
can-
for
then you
solutions.
can't
We've just
feed
given
them.
you one. We've given you a solution.
Okay,
Block
so I'm
each
gonna
other,
give you-
move on, and if you
Okay.
want to, if you are affected, go down the legal route. That's the only thing you can do on TikTok.
What's going on in here? Why are they called saying Gracie?
Huh?
Why are they saying? Why are they saying hashtag Gracie?
Bun Gracie. What do you mean?
No, why are they saying hashtag Gracie? Why is the whole comments?
Why is everyone saying Bun Gracie or hashtag Gracie? I don't understand. What's
Grace has
Gracie
been,
done? Is that because
Grace has been
Has
naughty.
Gracie sent herself over here?
No.
This
Hi,
is
Anja. You have the
it's
woman in the
quite
corner.
Hi, Khan, you're right.
I'm just
Can
like
someone
telling you-
explain in the comments why everyone's saying Bun Gracie?
I think Grace has been naughty in the morning.
what?
Yes, some naughty comments. They were saying in some of the live as well.
Pardon me.
Yes.
Did we talk about Gracie, live pro Gracie?
Yes, live pro Gracie, green heart Gracie.
What did she say? I want to know.
I do
please.
not know, but there was comments in that as well.
I'm shaking.
Is that what
Yeah.
she said about the disability word?
I do not know, but I didn't watch all of it. I just moved away straight away from it. So I've come in for something else. Talk about the woman in the corner, Ramzino, whatever she was called. She said he had a drink. So many people have a drink, but they're not racist, are they? So
Don't drink them.
if I
Don't
go
drink
out,
them.
have a drink, and it's okay for me to call Ramzino something bitch, then isn't it? Is that okay then, Anja?
No.
Yes,
I mean,
well,
listen, I drink.
yes,
You know how much
No,
I
you-
used to drink. I say,
you
listen,
should.
I'm not drinking
If I
more.
have a drink,
I've
every
never. I'm
Tom,
not
Dick and Harry. So every Tom, Dick and Harry that goes to clubs, are they racist?
I don't know.
After having a drink. Not everybody's same as the way Zach the
Listen,
Brat.
the whole excuse for a drink, I don't want to hear it. Don't
I
want to
hate
hear
that.
it.
And using the mental health. Yeah, I've got mental
Don't
health
want to hear
condition.
it.
So can
Don't
I
want to hear
say
it.
I've got this condition? I can say yes. I can speak to Ramzine or whatever she's called with so many slurs and so many words.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that
my
okay for me
issue
to
is
use
just
that
the
bit?
hypocrisy and all of that. And I said it this morning.
I
my
hate
opinion.
when they use. I hate it. I loathe it when they use the mental health. They're projecting away from the cause of mental health. There's a big reason, and the people that are going through mental health, none of those are bitches or bastards, or none of those are racist. The way that person was. The cause of being or going through mental health, you knock on every single door in your street, and everybody's got conditions or medical or whatever they've got something wrong with them. None of them will say that because of that we can be racist.
I just wanted to tell you, Angie, what it was that Gracie said. She's openly spoke about it. I don't
She's
know if
on
anybody else has
Dave's, the
seen.
cam to in, the winding him all up. Yes,
Okay,
Dave,
well-
I'm watching
I
you.
want to hear about it because we.
Yes, Dave.
All that Gracie said, not
Can we not
all that,
talk
because
about
I
it?
understand
I was going to say that
it may affect
we're
people,
not saying
but
it
somebody
won't.
asked
I don't know why.
Somebody asked Gracie if she'd ever used the S word when it comes to disabilities, and she said she had. She called it to her partner in their own home when he did silly things, and she had been called it before. She did say she's never said it outside of the property, and this is what everybody's jumping on, is because somebody asked her and she openly said yes, she had said it.
I mean, listen, I think in my
It's a
past.
lovely
I've
word
said-
to use for your partner, isn't it? It's a lovely word.
Yeah, but in my past,
No.
I have said it. Have I said it again?
Right,
No.
Angie, I'm going to be real to you, innit? I suffer with a severe illness every day and I look normal. When you look at me, I look normal. Right now, I'm in such turmoil. Every day, I feel like that. Do you understand? To the world, I feel alienated. Do you understand? I feel alienated every single day. Regardless how strong I present myself, how many,
You know
whatever.
what? Can I
So
be
no, I
real,
won't
yeah?
tolerate that. I
Can I
don't
be real?
tolerate
Can
that.
I be real? I find it really hard, right, for someone to say, and I won't say the full word because I know people will be affected by it, that what Zach said. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He says it to refer someone that's stupid, right? Which is
Which
also
is what
another word
Gracie
to call
said
someone
when
an
her partner
idiot,
does
or-
something silly. That's what she
Yeah, or
calls it.
saying stupid, blah blah blah. I have said it myself in the past. Have I said it again? No, I haven't.
No, because that's not the meaning of it. So
I
let's
find
be
it hard
real.
to believe, I find it hard to believe that some of the people that have said they're affected by what, as Zach has said, when he's referring to someone that's stupid, has been affected by it. I find it hard to believe. I can't lie. And I don't want to take your feeling away as to how.
So we got this comment
And
here.
let's not play
So we got
Dave's
this
game
comment
and
here,
don't
Angie, in your
let
live. I'm
Gracie
just
in
going
the
to show you
box.
something, yeah? She
No, I
said,
think you should let her in the box because she's
Nah,
talking
because
about
it's only Dave playing games and he wants to come
Can we
to.
not mention
hello,
that,
hello.
Dave, please?
well, I knew it was her
Also,
sending
I've
her
been
community
sitting here
over. I knew that
waiting.
straight
Can I
away.
Can I just put my point in? The reason I'm a bit annoyed is with the whole Zach thing, everyone says he blamed his mental health. No, he didn't. He come on, he apologised, he said he messed up, and we all knew that his mental health weren't great. Now you're telling me that all your mental healths are never affected.
So that's all right.
Did I say that?
All
I'm
right, so I
sorry,
could be
did I
homophobic
say
now,
that?
yeah? Because I'm severely mentally unwell right now.
Oh,
I'm
so how would
I'm
you-
struggling today.
so
Should I
how
just
you
be
just-
horrible?
Galaxy.
How does this work?
Can I just start
How
being
does this
horrible
work?
because it
How
gives
does
me a-
this work, Charlotte?
No,
You've
no,
been
can I
speaking
just,
for the last 10
because right now you're
minutes, so you
triggering
can
my
pipe
mental
over
health.
people
Because you're triggering my
you
mental
are
health.
Who you are.
Because you're triggering my mental health.
Shut
My
up.
family's
Shush,
black.
don't
My
make
children
noise,
are black.
Man.
My children
What's
are black.
your points? What's
Exactly.
your point?
What's my point? So you are racist
Yeah,
just by
what's
that.
your point?
So do you hear
Oh,
this?
I'm
But what's
sorry.
my point?
I'm sorry,
So
because
so
you're
it doesn't
black.
matter. So it
because
doesn't-
you're black, you...
Tiff, go ahead, Tiff,
Thank
and
you,
then I'll let
Angie.
Charlotte speak.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Angie. I am not up here to have this back and forth with these people. I've come up simply to say that yes, Zach messed up. He fucked up and he made a mistake. But when he come on, no one's hearing what he said. Everyone said he blamed his mental health. If you've watched Zach for a long time, we know that he's been going down for a while. If you watched his podcast, you would see that he's not doing good right now. And that is not an excuse for the words he used. Please don't think I'm playing it down, because I'm not. It was disgusting what he said. But everyone keeps playing, oh, he's blaming his mental health. No, he didn't. He came on and he said, I could come on and apologise and say sorry. But what's that going to achieve? I'm not going to make anyone feel better. I fucked up. I messed up. But no one was hearing that.
Do you think,
Everyone
can I
was
ask you
hearing.
guys a question? Do you feel if that Zach just came on, instead of the but, that you just said, hold my hands up, I fucked up, I apologise. Would that have made a difference or not?
Angie, do you think that'll make a difference? Let's be honest.
Probably
No.
not.
Can
No,
I
it
just
would
say though, if
not.
Gracie is in the box because she's been spoke about, I think she has the right to defend herself. But I only jumped up because I think everybody was presuming
Who spoke
that
about her? No one
She's
spoke
only
about
been
her.
spoke about because
the comments,
Dave sent
comments were
people
talking
over.
about her.
They come in
Otherwise
first,
she
filling up
wouldn't
the
have been
comments.
spoke about.
Okay,
Dave's the one that sent them over to hashtag Gracie's name. It's her.
okay. I only jumped up because I didn't want people thinking Gracie had used the N word when she didn't. Not saying it's any better, but I didn't want people to have the different, the wrong impression as to what was said. But I do think she should be able to speak if she's being spoken about.
Oh, really?
Angie, can I just say something?
Big up Dave Duran!
Angie, can I say
I'll
something?
Yeah.
I
So we were meant to laugh at that.
don't. I have no idea. I came into this live to. This is probably the last time I'm going to interact with you as well. But I came into this live trying to educate you, and about the word that you used earlier. I won't repeat it. I was gaslit so much that I've googled the term. I've googled the term, and the word that you used is actually a slur. I just wanted to point that out.
Right. Well, to me, it
and
was.
can I-
Whoever you are, listen. I
No,
apologise
that's fine.
if you were offended.
That's not an
Are
apology.
you
You
going to go
can't say
on
you
about it for the
can't.
next 6 weeks? Because I was just talking about in regards to my mountie.
Again, like that's what I mean. Like, I don't know you, Angie. I haven't really. I haven't interacted with you at all. No, you didn't. But Angie, that's the thing. Like, people are saying, "Oh, Zach didn't say it in a malicious way, but he still said the word." You can sit there and roll your eyes, but I'm sitting here as a black person trying to
If
educate
it was in
you.
court or to the police, you cannot say the full word. You've got to say that person said the S word. Is that what I'm saying?
But can I?
You know what? Don't be woke with me, because listen.
I'm not,
we live
Angie.
in such a woke society that I have to sit here and say
Angie,
the
I'm not
S
being
words.
woke. Angie, I'm not being
actually
woke.
having a debate on something.
Angie, I'm not trying to be woke. What I'm trying to do is educate you on a word that you said that is a slur. It's derived from that word. I've googled it because I was gaslit into thinking that I was wrong. You sat there rolling your eyes at me when I'm trying to explain something to you, and you kicked me off the live. And you're sat here, and you're sat here,
If you had to
and
Google
you're
it.
sat
Let
here.
me explain for 1 second, because you're gaslighting me because you won't let me speak. Okay. Now, like
Angie, you kicked me from the
because
live.
of the I kicked you yesterday, right? I said,
You kicked me again today.
Yeah, and I will kick you again. And I'll tell you why. Yesterday, yeah, you were a problem on this live. You wouldn't let anyone talk. You were arguing. I can't remember who it was now. And I can't remember what it was about. So you was a problem. It's
Can I
not
speak
because
now?
I'm racist. Are you going to...
I'm not saying that you are racist. I'm not saying that you are racist. I'm saying that the time you used is an offensive slur. And yesterday I was a problem in the live because no one else was agreeing with me because I was sat here
Okay.
trying to educate
Well, what do you
people.
want from me?
And
I'm
again,
saying okay.
and again today, you're sat here with people that are predominantly white.
I mean,
are like-
you know what? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm exactly
it doesn't
what I'm
make
saying.
any sense.
You are now using the race card right now. Now, and I'll tell you why I say that, Venti. There's no black
Angie, I'm
people,
not-
and I'll tell you why. Stop talking over me and let me speak, okay? Okay, don't talk down to me, right? And I'll tell you why.
I'm not talking down to you.
I've got people in the boxes. I don't see a black person requesting the box. So do you want to request someone, get somebody in that wants to get
No,
in the
but-
box? Because now you're saying
No, but Angie-
Right, I'm here, yeah, guys. So we're going by the word.
Here.
So we're going by the first word,
Angie,
right?
can I just explain?
So
Can I
we're going by the
can I
first
just
word,
explain
yeah, Venti?
something?
So we're going by the first
Can I just-
word, Golly, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But can I just explain something
Where did
before we
she
go on
refer
to
to
that?
it to? I want to know. Sorry, what did she refer to it to?
She referred to our auntie as a golly. She said that her auntie used to get
here
called
we
a golly,
go
and
now.
I
See
said,
how you do it. Get out of my box. You've had your chance. You're not doing it again.
What did
You're
you
not
say,
gonna
Angie?
I just,
You're not going to gaslight everybody.
So there's a few terms,
What I
so-
said is this is what my auntie used to be called. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Don't sit there gaslight me saying I referred it to my auntie, because what you're basically saying is I said it about my own auntie. What the hell?
It's
See
the
how
last
that was
part of the
twisted
word, and
right
I'm educating
there?
myself more on this right when I'm talking. And
What
I knew
said
this
was
anyway,
my
but I
auntie
need to
was
make
called
sure.
this, okay, because she's a Maori. That's what I said. But he sat there and said, I referred to my auntie as this. No, you're not coming back. You're blocked. Don't sit there gaslighting me and twisting my words.
It's the ending of the word
Can
it's
I-
saying here.
Can I just say, Charlotte,
It's
fair play
ending.
to
It's
you
a
because
second
you
word.
jumped in then.
It's the,
Fair
I keep
play,
saying
fair
this to
play.
this guy, right?
of
One second, can I just
course,
speak? I keep saying it to this guy, right? It's the second word, not the first word. That's a slur. It's the second word, okay? But he's not listening. He keeps saying I need to be educated. I've said a slur. I have not said a slur because I never said the second word. It's the ending. Thank you. But he wants to run with that. Maybe, educate yourself, Venti.
Okay.
Can I just say to Charlotte really quick, because I'm going to jump down. Charlotte, I'm so sorry. I didn't jump up to argue with anyone or
That's okay.
have any drama. And I appreciate you jumping in then with Angie. Fair play to you. And I'm so sorry if I offended you. That wasn't
it's
my
okay.
aim.
It's okay.
All right.
Thank you for apologizing.
I'm going to jump down. Absolutely. I'm going to jump down, guys. Thank you for letting me come
No,
in.
just to
Take
talk.
care.
Have a quick chat, because I've been in here ages, Angie, and I've got to go soon.
Oh, yeah. Hiya.
It's all right, love. Like you,
Evening,
Charlotte.
Angela. I just
Mental
jumped up to
health.
say big up Dave Duran, and I'm out of it.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's all over, Ange.
I'm just saying that mental health is no
Clout
excuse
chasing.
for what Zach said,
Well,
right?
good evening, Angie. Just wanted to shout out, big up Dave Duran as always. Big up Dave Duran. Dave Duran is the man.
Line, please.
We all
You know
love
what's
Dan.
making me laugh? People actually do these things for creators, like little send-outs. Just behave, man. Talking on something serious, and you lot are talking madness in the live. Grow the fuck up. You're big people, big men,
100%.
big men with kids, bro. Grow the fuck up. You lot make me sick. And then you want to cry when you go and say mad words like this, and this is what I'm saying. Like
This is another one.
Like I can't stand it, bro. But you want this is.
Oh,
why
no,
people-
and it's been in before.
Grow the
Can I
fuck
ask the
up.
question, please?
Yes, hello.
How many times is it going to take a white person to say sorry for their actions for the black community to take?
Like who?
Like, how many times has a white person been racist on TikTok and apologized and said sorry for it? How many times do they have to put up with that?
Well, that's the thing. It's sorry enough.
It shouldn't be done.
No,
End of.
it's not.
There shouldn't
Well,
be any
like I said,
lives.
you know, people,
There
you
shouldn't
know,
be
it
no
doesn't hate
buts. There
crime.
should be
People,
no maybes. There should be no nothing. It's racist. End of. He's mental health. We don't give a shit about sack.
Now let Taylor finish. She kept on getting cut. Let Taylor finish. Sorry, I feel bad for her because she kept on getting cut by them idiots that were talking rubbish.
Thank you, Charlotte, love.
Just
no, I was
quickly.
just saying that. Go on.
Sorry, this sweetest fish in the box. Did you used to be called Angel Wings?
No, you're my biggest fan, babe. You're my biggest fan.
No, it is Angel Wings. Stop lying to yourself.
Who is that, Lindsay? Or is it Top Girl? Top Girl.
Yeah, so if you used to be called Angel Wings, you literally had to lose to Angie's live, saying that you let your children and yourself say the N-word. You literally admit that in Angie's live.
What's that French?
If you guys have got issues with each other, man, do it on a group call.
Yeah, I've got to go. I can't do it, man. People act like kids.
Wait, Charlotte, yeah, I'm just gonna say, man, I'm sorry for what you're going through, man. I feel that. But this, so Angie, that first thing you said where Quenty mentioned that it was a wrong word, you wasn't aware. And then, like I said, the first thing you did was apologise.
I've just
No, that should have been.
Listen, I've just told you it was the second. It's the second word that's a slur, not the first.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
said the
saying
first
that
word.
you're
I didn't say the whole word.
No. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like when he said that you mentioned it and it was wrong, like I said, the first thing you did was apologise. That should have been end of. Like I don't understand why this goes round and round in circles. Like unfortunately, it doesn't matter what anybody does, racism ain't gonna stop. It's just there are horrible people out there that are racist. And they're clearly just horrible people and just brought up wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think also with the mental health, when I was a kid, I'll be honest with you, mental health wasn't a thing. Like I didn't hear about it. Like it just wasn't there. And I think if it was, if people knew about it back then, and it was actually out there that mental health was a bad thing, then I think it would have helped a lot of people understand. Like, and also get help as well with it. Understand.
I think I keep freezing. Yeah, 100%. I've got this goddamn phone again that keeps freezing.
I can see you and hear you. Now you're all right.
All right. Hi, KJ.
Hi, are you okay, Angie?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I think you're doing ever so well and should be so proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Am I freezing? I keep freezing this side, but...
No, you're all right for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that you're doing well, okay? And you should be proud of yourself. Ignore all the idiots.
Oh, no. Listen, I do what I want on my platform.
I know, and that's what I like about you. You don't follow the crowd. You're not a sheep. Exactly. Right, I better get back to work now. I just wanted to put my little piece in.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Take care, Angie. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Sorry, Angie, I spoke Taylor and then she dropped. I don't know if she's requested in the box, but she did try to speak a few times. I just wanted to know if that was actually Angel Wings, because obviously she was preaching about Zach when I've got a screen recording of her literally admitting that she lets her children and herself say the N in her house, and then there was a massive argument. I don't know if you remember the live, Angie. It was on yours because you weren't obviously agreeing with it.
No, I do.
And so I just think it was very hypocritical. We're talking about hypocrisy, and I just had to say that bit. But yeah, sorry, Taylor, if you're still watching.
Do you think somebody is racist for saying that word? I mean, listen, it's a racist word, right? But do you think they are racist?
Yeah. I think it's racist to say the word, because the majority of the black community don't want you to. I think the way for us to get on and move with racism is to listen to the black creators and the black activists that are talking to us it's not our place as white people to debate on what is and what is not racism. But in my opinion, I do believe that N-word is racist for a white person to say. I know that the black community, some of them, not all, have reclaimed the word because of obviously what it used to be used for and the negative connotations. They reclaimed it for the word brother or friend or something like that. It does have negative connotations as well within the black community, but myself, I could never see myself saying it, and the actual thought of me as a white person using that word, it just disgusts me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a vulgar word. It sounds vulgar as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's a horrible word.
Exactly. Hi, Leslie.
And I think like everybody knows what words are racist, so they just simply said, if you know it's racist, don't say it.
I think some situation you wouldn't know that, okay, maybe I've said the wrong word, but, it's not obvious, do you know what I mean? And it's education, but I think the N-word, obviously we all know that is the biggest slur to use. Just saying.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, how you doing? You're looking brilliant, by the way, hen.
Thank you.
Good girl. Coming from an ex-binge drinker, right? You're well done. You're doing well, love. I've just got this. I wondered what people's opinion was on this, my thoughts, right? It is my opinion on Zach. I was watching it. I'm disabled as well. I've got a rare bone disease and I'm bedbound. So it's disabled slur didn't affect me at all. I'm 58. I was called that word and other words many times throughout my life. So that's flew over me. When he did the racial slur, I've been watching Zach a while and I really, really liked him. I like him. I still do. My opinion is he said it, but he's also been studying all the P. Diddy stuff because he's a Beyonce fan. He's been watching every single thing he could on P. Diddy and all the people related around that. I just think with a litre of whiskey in him, off his scone, I think that's what he was talking about. I think he was talking about because he loves Beyonce so much. And I know people are going to say, no, I know he shouldn't have said it, right? I know he shouldn't have said it. He was in his own toilet. I don't know. I just don't think he's a racist. Love you, Dave Duran.
I mean, do you think we're having a serious discussion to be big up Dave Duran?
No.
He's going to be gutted anyway because he missed that one. He's too busy talking.
I just think that's maybe... I just don't see Zach as being racist. I just don't. And I'm quite a good judge of character.
I agree with what you've just said there because I've watched Zach for a while. I've spoke to him behind the scenes and stuff like that. And,
I think all that P. Diddy and all those nonsense and all those horrible people that are involved around that, he's been fixating and on watching everything about it because he doesn't want Beyonce involved. So he's been watching everything. And he's got. I know you're saying seriously. I'm just wondering. In my opinion, I thought maybe. I mean, it is a racist word. I know that.
If you think that from what Zach says about his life and stuff like that, about growing up and other things like that, I think when he goes on about Beyonce and Renaissance and stuff like that, I think that was the turning point in his life. I think that was the time when he realised.
Why are you justifying somebody that was
hold on a minute. Let me speak first.
I'm not justifying it.
Let me speak, and then I'll be able to explain a few things. And I think that from his turning point in his life of knowing his direction about where he wants to go, and that was when he's followed Renaissance and he's followed the Beyonce. And, he knows a lot about, Black history and he's very educated on that. I think, what he's done... Hold on, please let me finish. He's messed up.
Disabled people, so...
He knows that he's messed up and he came on and he said that he was sorry. He was beside himself. He was beside himself, because I don't think I think he shocked himself. That's what I think. I think more than anybody else, forget everybody on this app, because there's some people on this app that shouldn't even be here, full stop, And I've been watching a few of the lives over the last couple of days that I don't usually watch. And I think, do you know what? And there's somebody saying exactly today oh, be careful who you gift on this app, as if to say, well, don't go gifting him no more and that. But this person was banned from having horses and stuff like that, you know, because he couldn't keep them. He was very cruel to them. So yeah, do be careful what kind of people that you do. But, you know, before people start, you know, pointing fingers, because, you know, some people on this app might be new to the people that you know, they're coming across now and stuff like that, you know, they're coming across these people now and realising, but who are these people? Who are these people? A lot of these people think because they're on TikTok, because they've got a couple of hundred following, you know, in their live and stuff like that, they think that, you know, they can do and say what they want, and then, you know, people follow them. I've watched it. I've seen people give the biggest gifts and that just to try and get attention from these creators. These creators don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You know, they really don't. No, it's not waffle. It's not waffle. There's a lot of creators on here. I've watched a lot of creators. I followed one creator, and because I actually thought that they were doing well for themselves and stuff like that, and then they, like, all they do is battle. They don't bring nothing to
Can I
that.
say something, right? Can I just say something? Because this is what the man said that I had said a slur. Okay, so I have looked and researched it, and I have researched it before, but I just wanted to show this alternative names such as, I'm not going to say it because if it offends the guy that came in, Golly and Golly doll have been adopted due to the association with the racial.
Well, what about golly gosh? What about golly gosh? What about golly gosh?
Yeah, let's not repeat it, guys, because if it's offensive to some
not.
people,
It's not. This is
the
the
word
thing.
I have googled it. The first
This
word
is the thing.
not
You can
slur.
use words and terms, but it all depends how you use them. You know.
Yes.
It
All
all
I'm
depends
saying
how
is,
you
all
use
I'm
them.
saying is the first word is not a slur, okay?
No, it's not a slur.
But that first one's been adopted due to the racial slur, which is, well, the WOG.
I saw people like writing in the comments saying that because Zach is actually educated on the Black history, then that makes it worse. And I do agree with that, because, like I said earlier, you know, people should get educated. So, you know, in my view, I think that he shouldn't have said it, and it was wrong.
Darling, I don't need to beg for kebabs, because we've got kebab houses, you know, we've got kebab shops, I've got coffee shops and I've got kebabs. So I don't need to beg for kebabs, darling. Idiot.
Guys,
There's
I
no
just
need
said
to
to
be
you the
so
first word
rude
is not a
about
slur,
Megan.
and all I suggest is you Google it. Okay, not the whole word. Don't Google the whole word, obviously, because the second word is a slur. But Google that word. Okay, it's not. Who hasn't
Word is
spoken
definitely
anyway?
not a slur. It's definitely not. Unless
Yeah,
it's used
can I just say
as a
from an
slur,
Australian point of view?
then it is not.
Yeah. Right, who hasn't
Can I just tell Dave that my mum don't want me dropping to Sainsbury's because a fella drives around in a Jaguar XR and soon swapping it for something better. The last thing she wants me is hanging out of her back end, Dave. Go and get a grip.
Nanny Joe has just said it's about the context that it's used in. And you know what? That is very true. Very true.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll say it again, and I did come out with a whole word because I did research the doll.
Yeah.
The first one, it's not a slur, it's the first word.
And
a
it's not a
second
slur.
word. Even
You're
towards
100%
those
right
dolls.
there.
So even towards those dolls, what I read that the first word isn't a slur, referring to those dolls.
That's right, 100%. I totally agree with you. Totally.
I personally think everything's gone to complete shit since TikTok and social media become a thing. I think we should just go back to Nokia 3210s,
Yeah.
play Snake, and not have social media.
Mate, over here in Australia, we watch what's going over in the UK, and there's a lot of drama that goes on in the UK, and it gets blown up.
No. Next. Hi, Emma Jane. Hello. You wanted to get in the box.
Oh.
Angie, I'm just going to quickly say something and then I'm going to drop because I'm in a taxi on my way to my destination. Anyway, so there's a couple of things I want to touch upon. So everyone's trying to make up theories and stuff about how the Zach situation came about. I think at this point, all we've got to do is we've got to just stop speaking about it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what.
But listen, this is just a discussion on racism and.
Yeah, but it's not aimed at you. Obviously, people come in the boxes and speak about what they want. But people are trying to come up with theories of why he would have said that, why it being his vocabulary and everything. But at the end of the day, is he has said that he's affected a lot of people, a whole community, a minority. He's affected a lot of his closest friends. People that thought they could look up, they thought they had an ally in him. So at the end of the day, he's affected them. That's it. And he's got to live with that. Hopefully work up into being able to fix it in whatever way he can, like patch it up. Saying sorry would be the best thing. Owning up to it, no ifs, ands, buts or maybes.
Yeah.
And also the last thing I want to say is that people can't say that if something is or isn't offensive, if a person takes it offensively, then that's all that matters. It's if you were bullying someone or saying something.
Danielle, why have you gone to the box to make noise?
If you were saying something nasty to someone but not intending it that way, but they took it that way, it's still a nasty thing to say. And in my opinion, you should say sorry to that person, because it doesn't matter your intent.
I disagree.
It matters how people take it.
Yeah, I disagree because there's so many things that affect people these days. You know, you say, you know what I mean, and everyone wants to be triggered or affected or that victim, and that's what I see on
Here are
TikTok.
the product details from Amazon.
There is too many, Angie. You're right there. 100%. There's too many people out there that want.
Yeah. I mean, just like that word, it's not a slur, so I don't feel I need to listen. I won't say the word again, but I don't see. And I apologise if it was offensive to this person that I said it to. But like I said, it is not a slur. So you know, you've got someone that is a black person saying, "Listen, I'm trying to educate you." It's a slur, and I have. I'm a white woman, but what he's basically, I feel he's doing or saying is, I am a black person, I'm trying to educate you. It's a slur. When I have researched it before saying that word, and I've just Googled it today, and what I have read is not a slur, that first word. Okay,
No, it's
so
not.
what are you? So your
not.
education is incorrect.
Yeah, totally agree with you there.
No, if you're going to educate, just because you're a certain colour or religion, right? You've got to have your facts correct before educating and saying, well, I'm educating you because I should know more than what you should know. 100%. There are one sec, Kieran. There are people that know, that are white, that know everything about Black history that a black person would not know. The same thing with religion.
You know what? I've actually been called names before. I won't say the names because I don't know if it's allowed. But they weren't very nice names, and it was because of the colour of my skin. When I was younger, honestly, and I kept thinking, well.
Oh, Venti is back. I don't know why he wants. I'm going to give you one chance, Venti. Okay, because you know you are very disruptive, and he was yesterday as well. So I will give you one chance. You know, let you get back in.
Could I just say what I wanted?
Kieran, we're not. One sec. We're not talking about that at this moment. Just give us a sec, Kieran. I don't want to discuss that word again.
No, but what I want you to do is just Google it because it is.
Venti, I have Googled it.
But Google what I Googled. But Google what I Googled because it's the first thing that comes up.
Listen, let me Google it. Wait a minute. I have Googled it. It says it's been adopted.
I'll tell you what to.
Problems that are not
Sarah,
there.
Sarah, I don't want to talk to you at the moment. Thank you.
Listen,
I'm talking to Angie.
I think Venti
You're
is trolling.
wrong.
Are you trolling?
I'm not. Why would I be trolling about a topic like this?
We had a bit of a discussion with you yesterday as well.
Yes,
this is a serious topic, Venti.
Yes, it is a serious topic, and why would I sit here and say things that aren't true?
You're creating problems where Angie is not.
I have said it here. It's right here. Listen, Venti, I've said it's right here. It's not
creating problems where there isn't one.
No, but Angie, Google is GOLLY, a slur derived from GOLLIWOG.
Sorry?
Because it is.
I didn't hear you.
Google is GOLLY, a slur derived from GOLLIWOG. And it will tell you, yes, it is.
That word, the first word,
Google what I have.
We have to spell everything, which I just think is ridiculous.
Of course,
because we have to spell everything.
Yeah, of course.
So
but Google what I just told you.
I have read has been adopted. Yeah.
But Google
for the word GOLLYWOG.
But Google yes, but Google what I just told you because it will tell you, yes, it is a slur.
Listen.
And you've just sat there saying that I need to educate myself, but our education is exactly the same. If that's the case.
Can I do this in a minute then, please?
Yeah, of course you can, but it will tell you that word is a slur.
For God's sake. Like I said, what I have read, right? It says it right here. Yeah, that is not the actual word. GOLLY is not a slur, okay? And then when I go into the actual dole, it says it has been adopted, the GOLLY, as an alternative for the actual WOG, the actual slur, which is the WOG. But GOLLY is a slur derived from the full word, which has now been broken into two. So if you Google it, it will say that. And Sarah, you said that I've sat there causing problems and causing narratives, whatever you said. That I've literally proven myself to be true. Okay.
So now what?
We're saying okay. Can we move on now? Okay.
Do you want me to come back?
But can you understand where I'm coming from? Because I came on here trying to educate you. You kicked me off twice, and now you've said, "Okay, I believe you."
Yesterday as well, because you're very disruptive.
Yeah, but I'm disruptive. But now you've just.
The reason I kicked you, you sat here and said, "I've got no black people in my boxes." I'm putting in whoever's in the box, whether they're white to black, whatever colour they are. But you're basically saying I'm being racist for not putting certain people in my box.
Hello, do you want me to come back?
Do you know what I mean? One sec, Kieran. That's why I kicked you.
That's not the way that it was intended.
You're a black man, and you're a black man, and I've let you up 3 times, and you've sat here and said, "I'm not letting black people up in the boxes." Did you not?
But you've let me up 3 times, and you've kicked me off 3 times.
But I let you
when I've tried to educate you, and then we've got to the stage where you said, "Okay, yes, you are right."
I've just said, "Fine, you are correct. Fine. What do you want me to say?" What more do you want? I'm sorry, but it's the fact that you did say why have I only got white people in my boxes.
But
You said to me, why have I only got white people in my boxes? I don't appreciate that. That's why I have an issue with you.
So true.
You're basically saying I'm picking.
But I said
you're basically
that
saying I'm picking
because I said you've only got white people in your box because that's all there is. I'm gonna have to leave and come back because there's a really horrible echo. So can you let me back up, please?
God, you're crazy, Benty.
That's why I kicked him out of the box.
He's creating problems where there is no problems. It's one thing after another.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did actually. I said to him, "Listen, I apologise if it's a slur, it's a slur. But I'm going by what I've read, what I've researched myself, on, and that's it. But I don't know what else he wants."
The thing is, you did not say that as a slur. There's a difference. When somebody says something in malice, that is a slur. And you did not say that, and you researched it, and it told, Google did say, look, I'm not going to say the word, obviously. You were talking about a doll. Nothing else, a doll. You know?
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. But Kieran wants to talk about the what Zach said. And have you seen the video, Kieran?
Yes, I watched all the video. I'm gonna have a bit of a rant now.
Oh, okay.
Do you mind? If I? Because I've been waiting for ages to speak. Because people that are disabled need to have their own say on it. It's no good having non-disabled people in the box. Then I'm not aiming it at you, Andrew, or anyone else. I'm just saying that, and you shouldn't say that word because that word is really hurtful for the disabled community. Can I give you some facts?
Yeah. Yes, please do.
Right, I don't know how correct they are, so don't rip me open in the comments. Over 2,000 disabled people around the world are coordinating ably their everyday, try every minute of every day. Now, can you imagine? I know that not many of you are disabled in the box, but can you imagine?
I am, darling.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
No, it's okay. Not many people do, because this is another reason, Kieran. What it is people look at you and they see you, and if you look in commas normal, you know what I mean. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I exactly know what you mean.
Yeah, they see you as okay.
Can I just
so I get
quickly, before I forget this, but can I just quickly say this to Venti, who I'm not going to let back in my box. So I've gone on to a site that, you know, an anti-racism website, and it says it there. It's not a slur. So I assume you're basing me here because I've just read it. Okay.
Can I carry on?
Venti.
Can I carry on, please?
Yeah, Kieran, carry on.
So, over 2,000 disabled people are called a slur every minute of every day. So, can you just imagine that everyone in the comments, everyone watching the live, can you imagine how that would make one disabled person feel? I mean, I know I have a very thick skin, but it can really affect some people. So if you have said it in the past, please don't say it again, because it really hurts more for the disabled community. Thank you.
Oh, well said, Kira.
Well said, Kira.
Yeah.
Kira. I've been holding that in for a long time.
Yeah. And for Alien.
And also, Jay, I want to commemorate you because not one person today has actually met more than one disabled person in the box to talk about it.
Well, you know, I don't know why. Have you requested people's boxes though, Kieran?
Yeah, only one other person let me in.
Oh, Kieran, that's disgraceful.
Yeah.
I know. And the one about getting people to talk about it. You can't talk about it unless you have lived that experience.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. And are you okay after watching that video, Kieran?
To be honest, it's to the road. It's water off a duck's back. You know, it didn't happen it. Yes, but what you gonna do about it at the end of the day? Nothing. So, move
Kieran,
on.
we need to speak up. As a disabled community, we need to speak up. You need to speak up, definitely, you know? Because...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we don't know much context around there. As they said it before, as they said it, is that the first time it's saying it? Does it say it every day? You know what I mean?
Yes, I
And
get
I don't
where you're coming from. Yeah, definitely.
And I don't want to drag that guy over it because you don't know what he's going through, and he might be going through a lot.
Yeah, you're right. He might be going
This
through...
is why.
Yeah.
This is why this app has been annoying me this week, because people go on about mental health, but when do they actually care about other people's mental health?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kieran, well done, you. I tell
Well
you what,
said.
you said it. Yeah, well said. Bloody
Hi, Ali.
hell,
Is
well
anything
done.
you want to add?
Well, I accidentally pressed the button, so
okay.
yeah, I agree with what everyone's been saying so far. I think.
But do you think it's time to move on, though?
Yeah, I do, but on the same time, I think I'm disappointed with what Zach said. But I'm not going to tar and feather him like everybody has been. So I think he's got problems myself.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on with his life, but there's issues. And I think just leave him alone now. I think he's feeling like shit himself for what he said, and and he can't take it back with what he said. He's sorry, and he can't take it back, I'm afraid.
Because if you put cameras in people's homes because he didn't realise he was live, you know what I mean? What do other people say? I'm not saying it's right, not condoning it, but,
Yeah.
Hello, is anybody in the boxes that has got a voice that hasn't accidentally come in the box?
Hello, can I say another thing?
Yeah.
Andrew, you said it. How many times have you said it?
I don't know, but in my younger years, I think, I don't know. Listen, you had the, I've already said it before. I did it a couple of times.
I'm not having a go at you because you know I love you.
Yeah. I've said it a couple of times. It's just something you say for someone that's stupid.
Would you say it nowadays?
No, I haven't said no. I don't say it now, no.
Right, that's fair enough.
No.
Because when you grew up, it probably was more acceptable. But nowadays,
Jesse, I've actually was referring to what we actually call as the society, as we all know, because obviously we can't say the word because people do get affected and triggered and everything else. The SPASTIC society, that's what it used to call. That's what I was referring to when I actually said it. But obviously we have to spell spell it out, even though if you was in court or with the police, you'd have to say the whole word. But on TikTok, we have to actually spell it out, even if we are educating people or having a debate on it or discussion, we have to actually say SPASTIC society.
Can I just educate some people on one other thing?
But that's what I was referring to when I actually said the word a couple of times.
People on TikTok need to let disabled people in the box with a bit more paint.
No, it doesn't exist. But when I was trying to explain, and I'll explain again, this is what I was talking about when I said the word. I said the full word, but I didn't realise you had to spell the word out, and you can actually say it in case someone's going to get affected.
It used to be called that. It did. It used to be called that. I do remember that. Since my disabilities are hidden, a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of people see me, and I've actually had it where I've been told, you do not look disabled.
Oh yes, I've been out. I have been out with people where that has happened.
Can I hear from Mrs. Eccentric? Hello. Are you in the box or not? Hello, Jelly. I'm going to shut this down in a minute, guys. I've been on over 2 hours now. But hi, Jelly.
Hi, Ange. Yeah, obviously it was just about the ableist comments that we used. I mean, obviously I agree with everything Kieran said. I think that it doesn't matter whether he used, I'm going to speak specifically to the S word. It doesn't matter really whether he used it once or 100 times. It's the fact that he used it, and it's the normalisation of the word. People watching him could think, and we're talking about the numbers he has in as well, could think, well, Zach used it and he only meant silly or stupid, so it must be okay to use that word. It's not okay to use that word.
And it shouldn't be that it's water off a duck's back. It shouldn't be that way. That word should not be used. I am autistic myself. I have ADHD. I was only...
I'm going to go now.
Thank you, Kieran.
Bye, darling.
Bye,
Kieran.
Thank you for letting me up, and I really appreciate it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
You know what, Kieran? Keep being yourself.
sweetie.
Like, you're beautiful. And I have 2 young boys that both have autism and both have ADHD. Now, they're hidden disabilities. To look at them, you wouldn't even know that they've got it. We was at a soft play once, and my eldest child, was running around, stimming, flapping his hands. That's a happy stim. And I overheard some parents using the S word in relation to my son. So I went up to the parents and I was like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? And she blatantly said it to my face, your S son is running around flapping his hands, blah, blah, blah. And I said, excuse me? I said, that is a happy stim. Now, the problem is, people are not educated enough about disabilities. And I mean all disabilities, hidden disabilities, physical disabilities. There is just not enough education around. And people think, like somebody just said, I think it was Jelly Belly just said, because a big creator like Zach has said this and he's meant it in a different way, it's acceptable. No, it's not. It's
You
not
know what? Can I ask you something, ASD? You know what bothers me? And I said this. I said this at the beginning. You know what really bothers me is there's so many other people who have said certain things, but it doesn't seem to affect other people because it doesn't seem to affect the same people because they have a small platform. What's that about?
I don't know, sweetheart. All I can say is I have followed Zach from the start when he used to work in Starbucks, okay?
Yeah.
And I've always followed him. And when I was going through bad mental health, he did actually message me when his account wasn't as big as it is now. So when I saw that video, I was absolutely heartbroken and I was disappointed the fact that somebody has thought that it's okay to say those slurs, not just in their own home, but while they're on live with thousands of people in their room. That's not acceptable at any time to say those words. And the fact that he then come on, and I'm not being funny, and I'm probably going to get hate for this, and I don't actually care. The fact that he come on and gave a half-assed apology. Everybody suffers from mental health. I do myself. I suffer with mental health because obviously I was only diagnosed with autism about 2 months ago, and I'm 41 years old. So throughout my whole life, I've known that I was different, but I've always been made to feel as if it was something wrong with me. So I've always struggled with my mental health. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go onto a live where I have a responsibility to my viewers because I've decided to press the red button. Now, I'm not saying he's not going through something because he probably is, but that does not make it okay to go onto a live stream where he has a responsibility to his viewers who are going to have disabled viewers, he's going to have some black community in there. He has a responsibility to them to make sure that he is presenting himself in the correct manner. Now, if he is having a moment, which he was, why go live? You shouldn't be going live. And let's not forget that the racist slurs that he said that when he didn't realise that he was actually still live. So what does that tell you?
You know what really bothers me though, ASD, right? Really bothers me. I know when Zach, and I have the empathy for his mental health and all this, okay, blah, blah, blah. People think I'm supporting him because of the word. I'm not. It's because of his mental health. I don't care what anyone says, right? I know we all get mental health and blah, blah, blah. But what really bothers me, I know when Zach comes back in 4 weeks, a month, whenever it may be, the same people that are affected and triggered by him will be in his comments watching him. But you know what bothers me? Because it has happened over and over and over.
And it shouldn't be that way because it's never.
It's me that apparently I have triggered.
This behaviour is never going to stop because people will keep enabling these people.
This is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it about myself. If you don't like me, do not watch me. That's that simple. Do not watch me. But I know I'm going to be in there watching him. So how can I believe you are affected? I'm not talking about people here because we don't know what's going to, when Zach comes back. But the people that are doing it after they've saying this person's affected me, affected my mental health, and triggered me, I've got to have to call out bullshit.
Yeah.
If you are
Angie, I think people are more...
they're watching them. I don't watch you, Angie, for that reason because some things you say do trigger me. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it in an honest way. Because some things you say, but like you said, if some things that Zach says that triggers people, they shouldn't watch him. I have followed him from the start and I've now unfollowed him and I will not be following him again.
There's another important matter I want to bring up also, and that's of EQ, right? Now, EQ doesn't trigger me. She comes in my box, blah, blah, blah. But she also said that same word. So how come people don't have the same? This is what's really bugging me. Why don't people have the same energy for EQ as they do for Zach regarding that word?
I don't watch any of these people.
Is that because they're not getting clout from her? This is what I keep asking myself. Is it views that people coming on here saying they're affected, triggered, blah, blah, blah? They want
I'm coming on here because you
See
said
where
you
I'm
were going to
coming
do a
from?
live about obviously everything that was said. That's the only reason why I'm in this box is because I'm a SEND parent. I'm a disabled person myself, and I wanted to come on and explain how watching somebody that I've watched for 2-3 years has affected me. Because you don't expect somebody that you've been watching and have respected to say that sort of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't follow EQ. I don't follow you, Angie. I don't follow Miss Red.
Well,
I
the
don't
people,
follow,
can I just say,
I
the
don't
people
follow
that,
any of them.
can I just say, the people that say that I've triggered them or affected them, same with Zach, triggered, affected, same with Miss Red, anyone, creator, I'm going to have to call it just bullshit, because if you're still watching them in their comments, yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, a week ago you said that that person affected you, sitting in the comments or in their box. I'm going to say you're a liar and you're doing it for clout.
I'm sitting in the box because I am explaining what Zach said, how it's affected people in the disabled community.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in this box because I like you. I'm sitting in this box.
Charming.
Yeah, well, I don't mean it in a funny way. You want me to be honest. Pardon?
Can I just say something?
She's just joking.
In the comments, somebody is just Griffology says EQ comes on, says it's all an act, so can get away with it.
Well, that's the thing.
She shouldn't, but
everyone can say it's an act then, isn't it? You know, when you commit a hate crime, because there's a hate crime, you know, towards someone, you know, or to a community, then, you know, you can't say that's an act.
I think EQ said it like that because people cared more about the racist than what they did about the other word that was used.
Let's not run with that, do you know what I mean?
Said that.
You know,
and I think people are more bothered with that because he acts one way to the camera, and then when the camera's off, he just showed how he acts when the camera's
I think
off.
that's more disappointment then, isn't it? Because if these people are triggered or affected watching EQ right now, then I'm going to have to say you're not triggered or affected, and it's just all bullshit. You know what I mean? You know, because I'm sick of seeing people in comments and boxes. I'm like, oh my God, you were just saying in my box the other day how it affected your mental health. You were crying over this person. You're sitting in the box now with. You know what I mean? Can I hear from Peace? Hi, Peace.
Hi, hello everyone. So yeah, I know the conversation's kind of drifted onto disability or whatever, but I just wanted to say something quick. Make 2 points because I've been waiting a while to say. I know there's a lot of people waiting to get in, but so the one thing about the N word. See, people of colour even use that word today. I really don't think anyone should be saying that word because it came from a very horrible, bad place. It came from a very horrible meaning. So I just don't think, I think that word should be obliterated, first of all.
I heard today, listen, I don't know whether this is correct or not, someone had told me that the black community had reclaimed that word, and I agree with you, because someone did say in the comment, and it's a very good example, that she said, a white woman, I say that word daily because I listen to rap music that has that word in it. You know, and what about the children? What are we educating the children that are listening to that word, probably not realising that's a really bad word to use.
Exactly.
Growing up thinking it's okay to use it.
It's promoting the word, but then they're saying that they don't want the word to be said. So you need to make your mind up, you know what I mean? But second of all, so basically, so I know you said this earlier, Angie, and I know you meant no harm by it, and a lot of people do say this, and I know they mean no harm by it either. A lot of people say, I don't see colour and I never have, right? And that as well, to me, is denying someone's identity. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like that's like saying, well, I don't see your colour, but then that's like saying, well, you don't exist to me because your colour doesn't exist, so I don't see you. Do you know what I mean?
See what I mean about twisting the words, right? Because that's what you've done. No offence to you, but that's
no. I mean no harm to what you.
Why. I tell you why you've twisted that around, right? Is because when I say I don't see colour, of course I see colour. We all see colour. I see eye colour. I see hair colour. I see colour of someone's skin when I'm talking to someone. The figure of speech. Where people say, I don't see colour as in, when I talk to someone, I see a person. I don't see a white person. I don't see a black person. I don't see a Chinese person. I see them as a human being. It is a figure.
No, I understand.
That is a good example of twisting things around.
No, but see, I promise you, I'm really not trying to twist anything. I'm just trying to make a point of like identity, you know?
I know what you're not. I know you're not. But when I only can speak to myself, I should say, says it, it's because it's just a figure of speech. Of course, I see colour.
But you know as well, like, because so for my community as well, or the black community or any other community, we fight to be heard and seen and recognised, just to be recognised. And then when people say, because a lot of people say I don't see colour, and they mean no harm by it. But to me, it's just like, if they said to me, well, I don't see this, that and the other about your community. Well, I think, but why not though? Why can't you see that? Because that's a part of who I am. Do you know what I mean?
But
it's a part of people's identity.
Like I said, Peace, it is a figure of speech. Are you a black man?
No, I'm not a black person, but I'm just trying to make the point because there was a TV program years ago, one of the American housewife programs, and basically the cast member of Atlanta is predominantly black. Yeah. And there was one white cast member, Kim, and she used to say it all the time, I don't see colour, I never have. And she said that for quite a long time, and then the cast kind of got sick of her, and they said, well, why don't you see that? Why are you denying my identity? Why can't you see who I am? Why can't you see what I am?
Yeah, but see what I mean? That's really kind of like a bit of a snowflake thing to say, in my opinion. It's like the world becomes so woke.
That's really kind of like a bit of a snowflake thing.
Well, I just feel like the world's now become woke, where you got to tread on eggshells. You can't say this, you can't say that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think it's a figure of speech. Of course, everyone sees colour when they're talking to someone, but it's just like, as in like, well, I don't see, I'm not a racist person. I see you as a human, whatever colour you are.
Yeah.
I do I get what you're saying. 100%, but I don't know.
I just think, Angie, maybe it's a more palatable way of saying I don't judge people based on the colour of their skin.
Don't judge people, but it's not judging. I don't even know if it's the right word. It's just when I speak to someone, I don't look at that person's colour and speak to them like, did you get what I'm saying? I think, oh, he's a black person, Chinese, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think people say I don't see colour. Yeah. As a way of trying to say I don't judge people based on the colour of their skin.
Yes.
But in agreement with what Peace says, in a sense, it is minimising that. It's easy for people to say I don't see colour when they've not been affected by issues surrounding colour. The same as it's easy for people to say I don't see disability when they're not affected by issues surrounding disability.
Yeah. I just think sometimes we can become a bit too sensitive. You get what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to be walking on eggshells where you feel you can't say this, you can't say that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think, how I feel sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Or if I said the wrong... Now, I know 100% I'm not a racist, right? But there are times, if I said the wrong word, not because I'm racist, but is this a word abolish? Is this the right word to say? Do you know what I mean? I don't
because everyone gets so offended these days.
I think, we shouldn't be living that way. If you're racist, you're racist. You're not. Well, regardless of what you said, obviously there are certain words like the N-word, and that's, the worst word you can use, and the obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's difficult, Ange, because like you said, everybody wants to be offended these days, and I'm not the best person to have this argument because I'm 46, semi-trauma dump. Obviously, as you know, I grew up only having one hand from birth. I've been called everything from a pig to a dog about it. I've been called the words that Zach used, but I am unoffendable. You could not offend me because I don't take criticism from people I won't take advice from. And the opinions of somebody on the internet that I don't know, I couldn't give you two shits for. It has no bearing on my life. But at the same time, I can be mindful and appreciate that there are people that it will affect, and I think that's all it is. It's maybe not that people are too sensitive. Maybe it's just we now live in a society where we need to be more mindful about how we say things. Yeah. And that's coming from me.
I think that word saying I don't see colour, I think that is really, it's a bit... What?
No, because the only reason I say that is because I have seen black people say, well, why can't you see my colour? Because I know that it can cause offence, because I've had discussions with people before that they are offended by it.
It's all right. Something else I wanted to mention, I totally forgot. I lost my thought.
It's what's beneath the skin that gets judged with every nationality.
That's another thing I wanted to say. I did mention something once, right? talking about, I think, white privilege, right? Which I do recognise. And, and then because when I was talking about telling my story, I was kind of being judged, crucified. Oh my God, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Do you know what I mean? And I was just trying to explain. I don't want to go into the story again because, then I was kind of like, well, I was trying to explain, but I do recognise white privilege as to what I was saying. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought I can't talk freely and say I recognise my white privilege because of because then I get crucified and judged for what I'm the story I told, which to me I just felt like there were some people that were just baiting, and that's what people do on here. They bait, and I don't know why.
Oh my God, it's all right.
Can I just say something really quickly because I've got to go out.
Can I just say this? Angie, someone said in the comment, which is disgraceful, Angie's chasing clout whilst having a go at others for chasing clout.
Are
they for real? Are they for real? Make that make sense.
What does that even mean?
Exactly. Sorry, I could. That annoyed me.
You know what I always tell people? Don't read the comments. You know what I mean?
Sorry, that really.
Exactly, I am the clout. What are they talking about?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to say that anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't want you to get the impression that I'm a slow fake or woke because I actually have a big issue with woke people.
No,
I hate wokeness.
I respect everyone's opinion. I just something.
I was just making a point about people's identity shouldn't be ignored or not seen.
Angie, can I just say something real quick? 'Cause then I'll go, love.
Yeah.
I'm off, by the way. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Sorry, bye.
Bye.
I did a bit of looking yesterday, a bit of education for myself. And obviously people were saying about the N word and how it's being reclaimed and used for a positive thing. And I actually didn't know that the term spirit animal, which everyone uses now, obviously, comes from, that's my son saying yes in the background, comes from the indigenous tribes, and it was actually an insult to them in the beginning. And now they've sort of reclaimed it, and it's being used as a positive thing. So I understand why the black community have turned, he's just saying yes to everything I'm saying yes to. So I can see why they've reclaimed that word and, turned it from a trauma into something that, that they can use, but nobody else should be. So
yeah,
I think that goes.
I just want to see if Aunt Sally knows she's in the box because people get in and don't realise they're in here. Sally, do you know you're in the box?
Yes.
Oh yes, okay. Because a lot of people have been having this glitch for the last 4 weeks. People come
Who's
in.
that Vaya J? Who's Vaya J, Ange? She wants to know why the con woman Aunt Sally's in the box.
Oh, yeah, don't read the comments, guys. I didn't see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I'm going to go, everyone. Love.
Thank you. Are you okay, Sally?
Bye-bye.
Hi, Ange. Yeah,
Hiya.
I just wanted to say, talking about that yesterday, I'm no way would I ever racist. It would never be deliberate. I'm against that. But regarding the disability side, I'm classed as severely disabled. I've got the mobility trolley. Just because I don't mope about on here, I like a laugh, I like a joke, I like to be and I don't have to keep throwing it out there. It doesn't mean I haven't quite got it. But I didn't take the slightest bit of offence to him. Do you know what I mean? I just think sometimes a lot of this, and you can get offended as you want. I don't care. I'm coming from a person who has severe disability, right? And what I'm saying is, you've got to have a laugh and a joke, and nobody's joking or mocking them. But at the end of the day, if you correct it, I'll be called peg leg and everything. I don't let that sort of stuff affect me. I don't think that man should have gone through the slaughter and the absolute internet bullying that he went through. This app needs to look at the way it treats people, because one of these days somebody's going to end up on a live because of how vicious and vile this app becomes at attacking one person for one word. And I do not in any way hold or think anything bad of Zach for saying that.
So that's my feelings anyway, Angie. I think people just live in self-pity.
Well said, Auntie Sally, because like I said, I feel the same way. Mental health does matter, and I think people drag, and it goes on for days, months, sometimes years.
Yes.
And people need to, either take legal action or block them. Stop getting people's boxes. If you're triggered or affected, block. It's that simple, and move on.
Yeah, but can I just add, Angie, sorry, and I say this respectfully, Sally, it's great that you're not offended. I wasn't offended. I have a disability. I wasn't offended. That's great. But what we don't get to do is police whether others are offended or not.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, yes, as viewers, we all have a responsibility for our own triggers. If you're triggered by something, then you should come out of that situation. Some days I love Angie, some days I could throat chop her. That's just the way it is. If she's annoying me, if anybody in her boxes are annoying me, I leave the live. We all have that responsibility. But we don't get to police how others are offended.
I think you're right in what you're saying, but what you don't have the right to say either is that I don't have the right not to be offended.
That's not what she said.
That wasn't what I said.
That's not what she said.
You said that you have the right, I don't have the right to say people that shouldn't be offended, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm saying you don't have the right to police whether other people are offended or not.
And you're quite right, and they don't have the right to have the right to say whether we're not offended or not, and I'm not offended, not in the least. So no one can say all disabled people are offended, because I certainly am not.
Well, you're a minority then.
Carry on with your rudeness in the comments. I couldn't give a flying egg.
Yeah, can I just say also really quickly, it's like, yes, I agree. Yes, talk about it. People should have their opinions on it. But for the day, yes, but it goes on for weeks, months. Drag. Have your opinion on it. I have my opinion on it. I've had my opinion on it. Miss Red has heard. So and so's had their opinion. But then stop. It goes. If you don't, block the person. But take legal action if you're that affected. But why drag someone for weeks and months? This is what my problem is. You know what I mean? Have your opinion and then block the person and then move on. And then if you want to do something about it, do something about it. If you don't, you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't do it on TikTok. If you are affected, go legal action, do something about it, whatever it may be, block the person, move on. But don't drag that person for, because it goes on for weeks, man. For days. That's not needed.
Mama Bear, ISD Mama Bear is a person that actually follows him though, Sally, and sub to him, and she is a lady that is affected. And it did affect her because she unfollowed him.
I've never subbed to him.
So let her have a voice. Look, it did affect her because she unfollowed him.
I've never subbed to him.
I want to point a question though. Is bullying?
It's my opinion.
You want to make a right? Do you not think it could be also classed as bullying? When it goes on and on and on, and two wrongs don't make a right. So bullying is no good. It is no good either to be bullied.
And there's a lot of it goes on in here right now, and it makes me laugh because you are not offending me. You are just making yourself look the idiot you are.
I'll turn the comments off, Aunt Sally.
Thank you. It's like you're not allowed a different opinion on here. And I feel I'm coming from a platform. I can't speak for all disabled ladies. They're right in what they're saying. But for me, it's like water off a duck's bum. I'm disabled, so what? I don't want to look at what I can't do. I'm so grateful for everything God said I can do, and I can do. And that's just my type.
Sally, with my dad, when he had lung cancer, he didn't want us pussyfooting around him. He wanted arguments. He said, call me, not that we ever called him names, but sometimes we'd say, oh, you need to lose weight, but fatty. He liked that because it was banter. He didn't want us treading on eggshells around him.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And banter it's good to have a bit of banter, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's banter, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, some people do say, what do they call you, peg leg or something? I don't know about that.
Gummy leg.
I wouldn't condone that, but if you're not affected, you're not affected,
No, I'm saying that was more as I was growing up, so I know what it's like to be prejudiced, to be targeted, to be bullied, to be picked on. But I come from the family of the eldest of 13, so we knew how to handle ourselves as well. So at the same time, I do understand, but I also have the right not to be upset and offended and think that Zach shouldn't be hung out and stoned to death out the back. Yes, that is not acceptable. It's not nice what you said. We won't accept it. Let it go. But it goes on for months on here. People slaughtering
What about the
people.
racism, though?
I don't agree with that at all. I think it's disgraceful. I think it's disgusting. I don't agree with what he said at all. By no means am I siding with him there.
No,
The
neither am
point
I.
came yesterday where after hours and hours of popping in and out of the lives and seeing the man breaking down, I thought, what do we want? Blood.
No, but what we need to remember is this was said when he didn't realise he was on live. So what I'm trying to say is this was said when he thought his phone was off. There was nobody else listening. So
Yeah,
the
but you
fact that
could
he
use got
said it-
cameras in everyone's homes and on TikTok. I bet they come out with worse things than that. You don't know, do you?
No, but what I'm saying is that doesn't make it acceptable and that doesn't make it okay.
No, listen, it's not a word I would say. You know what I mean? Ever. 'Cause
You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
whole-
It's not acceptable. And what's disappointing, and I'm telling you, I'm so glad that didn't offend you. And like you said, people can't tell you what can and can't affect you and what, you've obviously got a thicker skin than I have. But when I've had people actually say that about my own children to my face, when I hear somebody that I used to admire and I used to look up to because of his battle with mental health, that did affect me and it upset me and disappointed me, and I'm allowed to feel that way. Like you're
Yeah,
allowed
I
to
can actually
feel.
understand that. I actually do
You are
understand.
right, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And by the way he said it on the live in front of thousands of people, he's made that word acceptable to say. It isn't acceptable to say, and it shouldn't be water's off a duck back. It shouldn't be, sweetheart. You shouldn't have to feel that way. But it doesn't bother you because it's water off a duck's
Can
back.
I ask you a question, AS, or everybody here,
Yeah.
about the racism, right?
Yeah.
No, because I know that, no, he shouldn't have said it, okay, 100%, but could he have, some people that have friends, black friends that do say that word, where they do have that back and forth, and, there are people that are white that would say it to a black person might say it to a white person, do you know what I mean, in a friendship group.
Yeah.
Do you think there's more not acceptable, I don't know if that's the right word, but you get what I'm saying?
I have black friends and I would never, ever, ever dream of saying that word.
No, but what I'm saying is, we don't know if he has that friendship with his friends, where he says it to his friends, like as a kind of more of a banter thing.
But he wasn't. He was saying it on his own, in his live, on his own.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he used to playing it with his friends?
I think it goes back to context, Angie. If he'd have been, say for argument's sake, he'd have been out for the night, he'd been drinking, he was with his friends, he was with an entire group of black friends, they were all calling each other it and he said it, then you could use that argument. The fact of the matter is he wasn't.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if someone can be used to saying it, where they'll say it in their house or.
No, I don't think so. I think the fact that he was absolutely paralytic and it's come out of his mouth. He's not realised.
Someone even asked me
live.
whether I thought it was a setup, and I thought 100% not, because if you're going to set something out, you wouldn't commit
Do you know what? If it is a set-up, he's absolutely fucked himself because.
Yeah, and do you know what, Angie? It's why I'm not buying the self-sabotage thing. Because when he said it, he didn't know he was on live. And you could tell he didn't from his face when he found his phone. So if he was self-sabotaging, and this is just my opinion, that would have been sat in front of the camera on live saying it with chest. He didn't do that.
I was just going to say, I agree. He wouldn't be sitting there upset, and that's that's something I don't agree.
I think he was more upset with the fact that it's come out and he didn't realise he was on live, and it's come out, and now his whole pristine persona has now gone, and he's basically fucked up, and he's got this podcast coming out. He's going to lose a lot of followers. I know a lot of people that have unfollowed him from the same community because of what he said and how he said it. And the fact that everyone's like making, I understand his mental health and I understand the whole red button thing. I get that. But I wouldn't, if I was going through a mental health crisis and I was struggling, which I do sometimes, there is no way I could come on a live stream, pissed as a newt, and say those things that he said. You wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do it.
The thing is as well, I think it's also becomes a bigger issue when you've put yourself up on a pedestal as being somebody that calls this stuff out.
And
because it's the higher you are, the further you've got to fall.
Yeah. and he supports mental health, and I get that. But what about the mental health that you've affected of people when you've said those words? You have said those words out loud on a public platform, on a big platform, and you've affected a lot of people. And that's not me being a snowflake. I have a thick skin. I have to have a thick skin for my children. I'm nowhere near a snowflake at all. I can have a laugh with the next person. However, if you was to walk down the street and say that to somebody's face in the street, you would get you'd get lapped on the floor. There's no way you go up to a black person, call them the N-word, and you wouldn't go up to a disabled person and call them the R-word and the F-word. You just wouldn't do it. So why do it on a live stream? Because you're in front of a screen and nobody can hold you accountable for what you're saying.
And because the app's made it too easy for people to be rewarded for shitty behaviour, that's why.
And also, throwing out the mental health card is diluting mental health itself. It's diluting the meaning, it's diluting the word, and that bothers me because there's genuine people like yourself, Annie, who suffer with mental health problems, genuine mental health problems that they can't do anything about, and they struggle. And then you've got people like that are like, oh, I was on self-destruct mode, you know, I was this, that and the other. No, sweetheart, no. You're as pissed as a new, you've come online and you've not realised that you're still alive, and you've said those things that you've said. When he came on and apologised, he had no accountability at all, and it was a half-assed apology. It really, really was.
Can I hear this from the last two, guys? Don't no one else request.
I'm going to jump down, Ange. Thank you for having me. I'm going to jump down, sweetheart. Okay, thank
the
you.
last two, Fran and Delusive Debs. Hello, Fran. No, Delusive Debs, are you there? No, nobody's. This is. Oh, hello.
Yes, I didn't know I was.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I was just having my dinner. I didn't realise that any. That
this is what happens. Yeah. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining. You're okay, Aunt Sally, though.
Yeah. I just want to say I don't agree with it at all. All I was more or less saying was there must come a point where the criticism stops the hounding. Because I remember saying a couple of words, I don't know if you remember, Angie, I used the word victim mentality a while back. And for 3 days, I was told with that to a point for, now I'm a strong woman, you know what I do in life, and I felt like tapping myself for a minute. Just mad thought went through my head, and I thought, oh, no, that's stupid thinking, it's okay. What I'm trying to say is, every right, I do not agree with. He should have said that. I was quite annoyed with him the day before because of the way he spoke to Annette regarding her stuff. And I felt at first when I heard it now calmer. But then when it went on and on and on and just never ended, I just thought, now we're becoming bullying. That's where I'm coming from. You are absolutely right. There is no excuse. I wasn't personally offended because I am thick-skinned, but on behalf of my disabled friends and people I love, I can understand why they would take offence to it, So please don't think in any way I'm defending him in that corner, because absolutely no.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nicely said anyway.
Thank you.
I hope you're okay.
Thank you, love.
I've been on here 3 hours now. I'm going to come off and have a break. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
No!
Do you want to say anything, Diana?
No, all I've got to say is I think it's just more the people that followed Zach and had the trust in him to be the person that he portrays on his platform, and then get disappointed with the things that he's come out with. So now people some people have unfollowed him, like that lady said, she's unsubbed to him. It's more them people that are probably more offended than what, like, do you know, Aunt Sally, you might not watch Zach as much as what that lady does, but she might watch him religiously every morning at 7:30, and now that's broke her heart to think that she had trust in someone that actually behind closed doors is saying words like that deeply offend her.
I understand, dear.
That's all I meant.
All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm going to have a break. I will be back on in about an hour or so. Yeah, I'll probably get through.
God bless. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Been on every hour. See you later, guys.
See you later, Ange. Bye.